Seattle. Welcome to A Girl on a Mission TV. My name is Denise, and I will be your host throughout this program. My goal in creating A Girl on a Mission TV is to highlight artists who live and work here in Seattle, our great city, but might not have access to any local media. For more information on tonight's show or future episodes, please check out my blog at agirlonamissiontv.com. Thanks for tuning in, Seattle. I hope you are inspired. Hi there, welcome to this week's episode of A Girl on a Mission TV. Today we are here with An-Magrith. So welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, fine.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Got some questions for you. What was your high school mascot?
A chief.
A chief, okay.
Yeah.
Chief Seattle?
Chief, like a chief with like the whole headdress and stuff.
Okay.
And they changed that, I guess, in the mid-90s. It wasn't PC.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard.
Right.
But it was a chief.
It was a chief.
In the 80s.
Right. Are you a chocolate or vanilla person?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. On your car, do you have any bumper stickers, or have you had any bumper stickers on your car?
My first car, I used to have the bumper sticker. My other car is a broom.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very appropriate. It was an old, black 1970 Cutlass Supreme.
Oh, perfect.
Scary looking.
What is your favorite coffee drink?
Hazelnut latte.
Oh, yum.
That's my favorite.
What's your favorite adult beverage?
Let's see. Bloody Mary.
Okay. Where would you spend your dream vacation?
Oh gosh, the Caribbean.
Fun. Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there
okay.
before, and I loved it.
You want to go back?
I wouldn't
Great.
mind going back.
If you could speak another language, what would it be?
Russian.
Yeah. A person dead or alive you'd like to have lunch with?
Frida Kahlo.
That's a good one. Do you have a motto that you live by?
I don't need drugs, I am drugs. That was a Salvador Dali saying that I just think is great.
Oh, great. In your current state of mind, what color would describe you?
Green.
Okay. Green. What is your dream job?
Just doing what I'm doing, painting and making a living off it.
Okay.
And teaching in art school, maybe having my own art school.
Okay. Do you teach?
Yeah, I am an art teacher right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Great. What is the last thing that you bought?
Oh, photos. I just had a whole bunch of photos printed.
Oh, great. That you took, or?
That I took, yeah. Just from the whole summer. And
Oh, right.
just had them printed out, a whole bunch.
Right.
Because a digital camera.
Right.
Just take so many pictures. And
Right. And what was the last book that you read?
gosh. Oh, I read Schindler's List.
Oh,
That was the last book I read.
okay. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I saw the movie years ago when
Yeah.
it first came out, and then I found the book. I thought, I'm going to read it. It's so good.
I'm sure.
It's really worth
Sure,
it.
it's great. Okay, so now we'll move a little into the art, what we're doing here today. How'd you get started in painting?
I've always done art since I was little.
Okay.
I'm sure you hear that all the time. But I just, I started really looking at art and painting, and I just thought, and I think Frida Kahlo, when I really saw her work back in the late 80s, early 90s, I was like, wow, a famous woman artist. I never heard of that, because that was kept out of the women artists were not very promoted very much, and I really liked her style, and so I started exploring art more, and and I thought it was a good way to express myself, because I was doing a lot of photography, and it wasn't enough to me. I wanted to put my own stuff into it.
Great. And where did you get your art training? Are you self-taught, or?
I went to Art Institute of Seattle, but my painting I learned mostly at Cornish. I went to Cornish at the Art Institute. So Cornish College of the Arts, and self-taught, basically. I majored in video. And so I just, the side classes were painting. It's just weird. I don't know how that happened, but so after Cornish, though, I decided now I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna paint my tarot deck, and I just taught myself to paint. I was studying other artists like Odd Nerdrum, really realistic artists, Danish artists and the old time painters, and I just started really studying art and looking at it, and then and I just meeting other artists. I was an artist apprentice to Jeff Hangst for a little bit there. I was helping him and with his paintings, and he did mostly figurative stuff, and then I would do like the backgrounds. He had some big project, and then I would look at the way he was painting the figures and the faces, and
so what incorporated being an artist assistant? What would you do for him?
I would my job was, he had other assistants that would clean up and do stuff like that, but I didn't do any of that. I actually painted on the paintings, did the background on a lot of stuff, because he didn't like doing backgrounds. He didn't like doing architecture and stuff like that.
Wow.
And he had like this huge commission, all these paintings, and they were going to be hung in this big restaurant in New York.
Right.
And he's like, I really need help to do the backgrounds. And one of them was a huge carousel, and it was like a 1940s theme, and I painted this huge carousel, and and then he did like little touches, but basically he signed it on the
I was
end.
gonna say.
Yeah. It was really strange.
You don't get any credit for that.
No.
You kind of waive those rights.
Yeah, just because I was starting out, and it was great to be able to work with a great painter.
Yeah.
And to get that experience to be like in a real painting studio and changing things. And his client knew I was working on the background. I just kind of thought that was a little. Like, oh, okay. He just accepted it as, that's what artists do.
Right.
At that time.
It's a lot for people to know that there's artists out there that are signing their name, and
they haven't done it.
It may be more of a collaboration or commissioned work, and it has to be done at a time frame.
A certain time frame, and it's like impossible. You can't do it.
Right.
So you need to hire somebody to help you to do the rough work, like the stuff that's not that important. I guess you would say.
And what would be the smallest thing that you painted, and then the largest thing that you've painted?
The largest thing I painted is 4 feet wide, 6 feet tall.
Okay. And what was that for? Do you remember?
I did a triptych, and it was 3 pieces that size.
Oh, wow.
And that was one of my projects at Cornish. At the end of the year, we had a huge opening, and that was one of my things, was this big triptych. And then when I started my tarot project, the first one I did was the Empress, and I did that on 4 feet tall, 6 feet wide, or 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and it was just too big. I thought, I can't do a whole major arcana, which is 22 cards, all that big, so I shrunk it down to 5 feet tall and 3 feet wide, which is still huge.
I was just gonna say, it's not that
but to me, it's like, that's smaller.
Right, like a foot off the top and the sides.
Yeah. And actually that size fit exactly into the back of my car I had at the time. So I measured the back of my car. It was the biggest I could go.
You get commissioned for your work?
I have had commissions, yeah. I don't promote. Well, I do a little bit on my website. Like, I take commissions, but it's usually through people I know.
Sure.
A portrait or
a
logo. I've done some logos and stuff like that. That's, like drawing, pencil drawing, and inked in, and for T-shirts, and I did a painted logo for somebody else, and now I'm doing a portrait.
Very cool. Talk a little bit about the project that you're doing now. Can you talk about your tour project?
Yeah, I started this right when I graduated from Cornish in 1998, and so it's been 11 years now, and I am just finishing the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana is 22 paintings that are this big, and this one I'm just finishing now, the Hangman, and then I have the Chariot. Then I'm done with the Major